All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back completely by myself, completely alone and lonely to do a live stream today. Nick couldn't make it, but wanted to do a live stream just so that we could continue to put out some YouTube content so that if you guys have any questions, you can ask them. Because, yeah, we've been a little bit, sorry, we've been a little bit inconsistent with our live streams lately, so I just wanted to make sure that we could get one out this week. We actually just finished up a podcast with BB the Link Builder, who's a really cool lady. If you're not familiar with her, she has a very like unique way of doing outreach, very like personalized, well, not very personalized, but very personalized towards the niche that she's reaching out to. And she includes a lot of like humor and like pictures, funny pictures, stuff like that. Yeah, so I think we'll be releasing that podcast maybe I don't know if we're gonna do later this week, maybe early next week. I'm not really sure, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, she's awesome. Maybe the link builder, and we did some really cool. I asked her some questions about like how she would be doing link building if she like basically didn't have any money and she's on a desert island. Like what tools would she be using? How would she be keeping track of everything? What kind of sites would she be reaching out to? So basically, a plan for anyone to be able to do link building, even if you don't have a budget. We're talking about free links because she doesn't do paid links. And so, yeah, hopefully that'll be helpful to some of you guys who are interested in link building. Um, the live stream is also at a completely random time today, and I'm sorry for that. I don't know, maybe no one will even tune in today, but we're going to record it anyways, right? I've got some questions in the Facebook group and just some random questions that I can answer. So if you got any questions at all, go ahead and just drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to answer random questions for a bit and then get out of here. All right, let's see what we got. Is it only me, or are others also seeing a lot of experts huffing and puffing after getting their sites hit in this Google update because they built it in public and G took them down personally? I have seen many of these sites, read the articles, and found them completely shit as they are 100% AI generated. I'm surprised they don't see this as an issue, but think G took it upon them to kill their sites. To be fair, these guys started pushing courses. Let's see what else it says here. Pushing courses claiming they went 0 to 1 million on the back of high quality articles, which was in fact poorly written AI and nonsense. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not following the right people or the same people that you're following because for example, I guess the only two really big like AI kind of content people that I follow were Julian Goldie and then I guess you could say Jackie Cho. It's an AI content person as well, but neither of them are really huffing and puffing. They seem like pretty chill about it. They realized that what they were doing was kind of a short-term play that had risks. I feel like they weren't really complaining about, Google taking them down or whatever. I mean, I guess they did say some stuff about being like a targeted attack, which I think is a fair argument. It seems like it was a targeted attack on a lot of them with Google taking down the sites that were all in their Google Search Console that they were connected on and basically verified they owned or had access to. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really seeing too many people complain. If anyone is complaining and saying Google's horrible for taking down their AI content site, then um, I feel bad that people are like losing their livelihoods and losing some money, losing their websites and stuff. But at the same time, like I just don't understand how someone could think that this was like a viable long-term play. I mean, Google obviously did not like it. Um, I think the one thing that people point to is they say that, oh, well, Google said AI content was okay. And it's half true because Google did say AI content was okay, but they also said that excessive automation for the result of benefiting or manipulating search rankings was against their um, was against their guidelines. So basically, you can use AI to create helpful content. You can use AI to help create content, but it can't just be AI spam. And so I don't know. I just feel like it, it's a big distinction. It's one that I feel like we talked about quite a bit in our group and on our YouTube channel. So I don't know. I'm just not surprised, and I haven't really seen anyone complaining. But if they are, then I'm not really sure what to tell you. Unless you got hit unfairly, and some people did get hit unfairly. Some people got hit that actually didn't deserve to be hit, which always happens in algo updates. But um, I guess we'll see how it finishes rolling out because it's definitely not over yet. I saw someone saying that they think the algo update is actually not even started to roll out. It's March 19th right now. And they were saying that only the spam updates rolled out, but I don't think that's true. But I guess we could get some more action going on. I was looking at SEMrush sensor earlier. I guess I can put this on the screen. Um, so yeah, the update started rolling out right here. Started off really slow, and it's definitely not as bad as some of the previous updates. Can't remember the one, but there was one last year where it basically just like stayed in the red, and it just stayed in the red for like months, just like above the line, which was actually insane. It was so hard to like track anything at that point. But so by comparison, this one looks pretty tame. But then I guess you could say like how many people are really spamming AI content, or we don't even really know what this is targeting. But I guess we'll keep our eyes on it and see how things go. See what we got. Like always, guys, you got any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat. This is going to be a slow stream because I just came on here completely randomly at a random time on a random day. So if you got any questions at all, go ahead and ask and I will get to you. Doesn't matter if you think it is a stupid question, beginner question, expert question. I'm here for you. Okay, so I'm examining my Google Search Console overview. One page has been clicked on 11 times in the last 3 days. That's pretty good for me. So I click on and see a specific page overview. Same thing, now I see 11 clicks over 3 days. I want to know why, so I click on queries, but being on there's a list of 20 terms generating impressions, but only 4 of them have clicks and each was only clicked on once. Why don't I see 11 clicks? Um, I guess there's two things I'm going to say about this one. The first thing is that, this dual search console data, it's not like 100% uh, reliable. I don't know. I feel like things just never add up completely, and you don't need to worry about it. The second thing I'll want to mention to you is that well, I mean, I guess I don't want to say too much, but I mean, if you're like spending time trying to figure out like where 4 clicks are, or why you're not seeing 11 clicks, I feel like this number is so small that it's such a massive waste of time to be thinking about something like this and trying to figure out what's going on with it. Just accept that the data is kind of weird and it's not perfect, and spend your time like doing something else, right? Because there's like a million things like this in SEO where you can just start going into your tools and looking at things and trying to figure things out or whatever. But they actually don't add like any kind of value to what you're doing. And the things that add value to our, that we actually need to be doing, link building, good content. Maybe you got some technical SEO issues, but really just pumping content and pumping backlinks is going to get you the results you want, right? So it's like an execution and less analysis paralysis type of situation. Um, but yeah, wouldn't worry about it. Just accept it and move on. See what we got next. Um, Also, for anyone watching, we just put up a tier 2 link building page on our site. As I could show that off real quick. Um, we might do some specific packages for tiered link building later. Oop, clicking the wrong button. Here we go. Yeah, we might do some actual packages for tiered link building later, but right now what it just points to is our niche edits and our PBN links page and tells you the specific packages to check out. So for tiered link building for niche edits, you could check out our barrage niche edits and our bulk level 1 packs. These are actually my favorite, both of these right here. I don't really use PBN links that much for tiered link building. But then you can also check out our PBN niche edits, are also the most cost-effective ones. And it's also just got some information here about tiered link building, how to do it, risks, what kind of pages you should build to, stuff like that. And I'll be doing a video for it a little bit later on as well with some more info. But yeah, just something for you guys to because we always get people asking about tiered link building, and so now we actually have a page on our site where, yeah, you can go see it yourself. Um, let's see what we got next. Um, do, do, do. I'm gonna hop over to some other stuff. But yeah, if you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and ask in the chat. It might just take off early if the stream just completely dead the whole time because, yeah, weird time, weird day. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I'm very unprepared for this stream. Weird question. Not really seeing too much here, guys. Don't want to stop the stream yet, though. That'd be quite early. I'd like to at least get like 10 questions out or something. Let's see what's going on with this one. All right. Hi, I'm facing a very strange situation. Since the last few months, my client was ranking in the top 15 on the following keywords. Boom, boom, boom. For about a month, best and top are gone. Absolutely no traces on the SERP or Google Search Console. I'm not sure what I should do here. However, interior designers in blah 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 is improving and now in the top 10. I'm not sure what I should do for the rest of the keywords, which are gone. Please suggest. Yeah, so there's not, I don't even know why I took this question because there's not nearly enough information for us to answer this here. Um, some things you can look at is if Google thinks the content is just low quality, like is it AI spam or not. Some other stuff you could look at is keyword cannibalization. Um, but yeah, if it's I'd also want to check if it's indexed or not. So you could do, I don't know if you guys, I could just show this really quick. But you just do site colon, I'll just do sort links a lot since it's our website. Um, Yeah, this is a very easy way to check site indexation. You just type site colon and then your website and we'll show you how many pages are indexed. If that number is 0, then of course that is not good. Like our boy Julian Goldie, who got de-indexed recently. It looks like 10 things are showing for Julian Goldie now, which definitely his site had hundreds of pages. It's kind of weird. I wonder if this is like a glitch or something, because it definitely was down to 0 after they got angry at him for talking about AI content too much. But um, yeah, and then you could also just type in the specific page, right? So like slash and whatever your page is, see if that page is indexed or not. I'd also want to go in like Google Search Console, check in there, see if you have any manual actions or anything. Not really sure when you got hit. The update wasn't a month ago, so I guess this question could have been like pre-update or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot that could happen here. You definitely don't want to see something going from like page one to completely gone, but it could happen. And I guess my biggest fear is that it'd be like some kind of like technical SEO error because that kind of stuff could be like really hard to deal with. I'm not an expert on it. But yeah, unfortunately, not enough info here to really answer your question too well. Would need a deeper audit. Let's see what we got next. Not really seeing much. I'm gonna take this one, even though I don't really understand it. How long do you wait to get a quality link? Um, Yeah, so I'm not really 100% sure on this question, but a quality link can take a really long time to get. Um, maybe you're talking about if you get it from a provider. Most providers, if you're getting a link from a provider, well, it depends on like how they're creating the link, right? But generally the links that can take a really long time won't be something like a guest post. It'll be more something like a like digital PR link building campaign. And digital PR campaigns, the links might keep coming in for a long time. It just depends on how quick the story gets picked up and who all's picking it up. Another good example of not knowing when links can come in can be Haro, right? Because you could fill out, you could answer a Haro question and then um, you might not get a link from it for 3 months, 9 months, It just depends on when the journalist actually writes a story and puts it out there. It could just depend on their workload and their editorial process and all this stuff. So you actually get Haro links coming in from like a very long time before, which can make things kind of tricky if you're trying to sell Haro links, right? Um, but if you're just doing like something like guest posting or a link insertion, turnaround time could be fairly quick. Could be anywhere from a couple days to like about a month or so, 3 weeks or a month. Just depends on the agency you're going through or whatever. Um, yeah, hopefully I answered that right. Not really 100% on this question, but just depends on what kind of links are being created, right? And like always, guys, if you have any questions at all, go ahead and just drop them in the chat. This is going to be a slow stream since I'm doing it completely random. Guys, I've been priced out of Ahrefs. Tim himself said small bloggers like me should use other tools. My question is, which small tool, not SEMrush, would you use to do keyword research for a new blog? Um, Not SEMrush, okay. Low fruits, rank IQ, thanks for any firsthand experience and advice. Um, yeah, you could do low fruits. I'm not sure about rank IQ. You can also check out, I know everyone hates Neil Patel, but Uber Suggest, I think might actually be the cheapest thing. Not really 100% on this. It's been a while since I've really tried to look at like free or like cheap stuff. I just don't have a reason to do that. In a perfect world, we'd all use Ahrefs. I still believe that Ahrefs has the best data. We're still on Ahrefs. Yes, we pay a lot for credits. We are a link building agency, so we're using it quite a bit. Um, but yeah, you could check out Ubersuggest. Another thing also owned by Neil Patel is Answer the Public. Um, this can be good for doing some keyword research stuff. Um, I can't remember where I saw him lately, but Steve Toth also has some cool keyword research stuff. It might have been on a video with Julian Goldie, actually. Julian Goldie, Steve Toth. See if this comes up. Yeah, maybe check out this video right here with Julian and Steve, because something that Steve talks about a lot, and I think he did in this video as well, and I think we actually talked to him about it on our podcast like a year ago or something, is just using Google autocomplete to do stuff. So, let's go to Google, and you could just search for something like link building A, right? And so then you could just start doing all these autocomplete ideas, link building B, link building C, and just literally go every single letter and start extracting everything here. Um, Another thing you can do, which is kind of newer to me, and I haven't really messed with this too much, I just started seeing this around recently, is you could do like link building, and first you just search for link building, and then so now this is in your session. So Google basically knows you're searching about link building, and now you come in, and I think what you do is you type in like what, and you can see now it's giving me some of these are some of these are good and some of these are wrong, but Link building, what is SEO? Some of these are good, some of them are bad. But I think what you basically you can do is you can watch Steve's video, and there's a way where you put like the thing in your session first, and then you go and you search again, and you can get it to populate with just stuff about link building. Let's try to do it in incognito and see what happens. So link building, and now we're gonna do what? Yeah, it's still giving me some where. It really wants to tell me about Kate Middleton for some reason. Oh my God, I can't type. Where? Anyway, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Don't take my word for it. You're gonna have to go watch Steve talk about it. But I think those are some good ones. Uber Suggest, Answer the Public, and then just Google itself. Like even if you're not trying to do the thing I was just trying to do, what I was showing you before, like link building A, and then you can search for link building, and then you come down here, and you can just look at the bottom, for example, more suggestions and stuff. Another thing that's not free but very cheap, I haven't used it in some time now, but I know it's extremely cheap, is Keywords Everywhere. Their pricing is like insanely cheap. Like you're paying like $1 a month or something, or $6 a month. So if you can't afford this one, then I don't know, SEO might be the wrong game for you. But all of these I think are good cheap options. Let's see what we got next. I got some guest post links last year from decent sites with traffic. Just the other day, I checked these sites' metrics and they got hit by the update. Are these links now worthless? Um, it's hard to tell if the link is worthless or not because so the easy answer would just be to say yes. However, and you definitely it's definitely not a good thing. You definitely don't want links that have been hit by sites that got hit in an update, right? But here's a little bit more of a complicated answer. I think there's some evidence to suggest that, like, when someone links to you, even if that link is removed, it's like you still kind of get the benefit of the link for a while. I don't know how long that lasts for, but it's something I've felt like I've kind of noticed, and I've heard others speak about it as well. Not something I've really tested with, so you're gonna have to hit up Kyle Roof if you want some extensive testings done on this. But anyway, it's hard to say if they're worthless, especially if you had them for a while. It could just be that Google like kind of just bakes it into your trust at that point. Um, because what if all these good sites were recommending you and then they just had to take that content down, it was outdated or something, or they changed the content. I don't really know. But anyway, you definitely don't want sites that have gotten hit by the update. We actually just did a podcast with BB, the link builder. Uh, like started last hour, so we just finished. I just finished it like 30 minutes ago or something. And neither her nor us have really seen many sites that we're getting links from that have been hit. Um, but yeah, you definitely don't want sites links from sites that have gotten hit. Um, you know, if you're looking at like Google like spam update stuff, it's hard to measure what's going on now because they're just doing so much with in the update. That's all happening at one time. But if you looked at like the previous spam updates, a site that had maybe let's say they had 100K traffic, maybe it got like shaved like 20% down, right? So it's like basically 20% of their links got devalued, and then they're only at like 80K traffic, something like that. Um, but yeah, could be worthless, could be kind of not worthless. A little bit of a difficult answer, but it's definitely not a great thing. Because in general, you want links from healthy sites, and a site that's lost all of its traffic because of a penalty or an update is not healthy. Let's see what else we got here. I'm going to answer this one, even though it's going to be a really crappy answer. Hi all, need your expertise in creating a topical authority map for my brand new website. Here's what I am thinking, assuming I want to get topical authority for the online healthcare reputation management services. Yeah, so I'm going to give you a really bad answer. This is like the opposite of an answer you'd get from someone like Corey, who's like a topical authority master. When I think about topical authority, I just think about writing everything I can think about on that subject. I don't think about some like crazy topical map that's like, so perfect and has, I don't know, it's just linked together in the perfect way. I have a very basic way of doing things, and I honestly think that's all you need. I'm not saying that what Corey is saying is wrong. I just feel like um, in SEO, like if you have good content and good backlinks, you're going to go like very far. You don't necessarily need like super topical coverage. Um, this is evidenced by a lot of stuff. For example, parasite SEO sites, they don't have topical authority and they still rank very well for stuff. Or even like large authority sites, they don't have topical coverage, but because they have such a high authority, they can just put stuff and it's going to insta rank, right? Um, but anyway, so I feel like this, what I'm going to give you is a very like kind of more practical, topical map kind of thing, but it's definitely not perfect, right? You could probably get a better answer if you really want to do something like Corey is doing. Um, so I guess I'll just like start making a list here. The first thing I would do is um, competitors. I would look at your competitors, look for a bunch of sites that post similar content in your space. You can either go look at their sitemaps, or you could pop them into a tool like Ahrefs, see all the articles that they've written, and literally just start making a list of all the main keywords that these articles are going after, right? After doing some competitor research, the next thing I would do is you could hop over to Google. And like I was just showing on one of the previous questions, you could use autocomplete. So you could be like link building A, um, and then like link building B, right? Link building C, link building D. These are a bunch of ideas here. You could also scroll down the page and get suggestions down here at the bottom for additional ideas. You can also get ideas from a tool like Keywords Everywhere. Um, you could also, if you have an Ahrefs subscription, you could go into Ahrefs. Oops, I just noticed I had that on my screen the whole time. That's my bad. But um, so yeah, I would use Google to do keyword research. I feel like even with these two methods, you're going to uncover almost all of the keywords that are possible to uncover, right? You could also use a tool like Answer the Public to get some more ideas. You could also use a tool like ChatGBT to get additional ideas, and then use your brain a little bit, just see if you think people will be searching about it. You can look at things like trends in your industry. Um, but really, like when I'm doing stuff, if I'm going to keep it real, like I'm looking at competitors and then I do some research in Google, and then I do some research in Ahrefs. Get this stuff off. So like this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing to like get like more content than I can handle in most cases, right? Look at my competitors. I look up extra stuff in Google, and then I look up extra stuff in Ahrefs Keyword Explorer. It's not rocket science. I don't need some like perfect topical map. I'm gonna have more content that I know what to do with just by doing this stuff. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hello, experts out there. For a website with around 30K visitors per month, we tried Ezoic and it was worse than Google AdSense. Anyone tried Journey by Mediavine? So, um, this is kind of cool news for anyone. What's going on here? Sorry, something wrong loading this website. I think this is it though. So yeah, if you're not aware, Mediavine just released this new thing for sites that have less than 50K traffic. So basically, you need 50K to get on Mediavine. So now you can do Journey. I think they're, yeah, 10K. So it's a much lower threshold to get in with them. Um, and so I can't really give much information on this yet. I just know it's a thing, and I know everyone's very excited, or all the ads people are very excited because you can finally get on a more reputable, more like quality ads network. Um, we've definitely had some problems ourselves with Ezoic in the past, as well as sites that we've been working on, or we've been doing the link building for, and have had some issues, and ended up, I think Mediavine ended up being the culprit in a couple of them. Sorry, not Mediavine, Ezoic. So I definitely can't recommend people getting on Ezoic unless you like really know what you're doing and play with it a lot and can figure it out. But we weren't able to figure it out. We just had to end up taking it off the site, which is definitely not what you want to do, right? But we're also not big like ads people, so we're definitely not like super experts on this. But anyway, Journey, cool new option for ads people. I guess I'll just add that one more thing is that I feel like the ad space, I feel like these like, ad sites and affiliate sites are in a little bit of trouble right now. Like Google's really trying to like gun for you. So if you're not already, I would like highly consider adding some kind of other revenue streams onto the site just to like instill more trust with Google and that not just being like a pure ad site or like a pure affiliate site. Whether that be maybe you have an email list or maybe you have like digital course you can offer or like actual like products like e-com products. Um, but yeah, it could be a very good idea to try to diversify away from these kind of revenue streams and just being a content site. I feel like Google really has it out for that space right now, and I don't really see that changing anytime soon. Got any questions, guys? Drop them in the chat, and I'll keep answering random stuff for maybe 15 more minutes. Um, Sorry, guys, just looking for an appropriate question. I'm kind of sifting through group questions right now since, yeah, live stream weird time. This is definitely the slowest stream we've ever had. I don't think we've ever had one this slow, so good times over here. Let's try this one. Hey all, I'm really struggling in the SEO department. I started my website over a year ago. I started to focus more heavily on SEO blog articles about halfway through last year, and this most recent core update has set back a lot of my efforts, removing some of my highest ranking pages. Any recommendations or strategies? Yeah, so I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of stuff like this happening, right? Because when AI got hot, then there was a lot of marketing around, of course, it being easy to make money on the internet, basically just like spamming the internet with AI, right? But actually, that's not really over. I feel like AI content is not really over. You might just have to be a little bit more careful with it or just kind of try to do things a little bit better. But yeah, if you got hit by this recent algorithm update, I'm assuming that you did get hit for something AI content related. Um, so the thing is it's with any algorithm update, it's hasn't been nearly long enough to for anyone to tell you how to recover. I don't think people have even figured out how to recover from the helpful content update yet, which was, quite a long time ago at this point. Um, and I have I guess I'll just pull this up on the screen real quick. I have a post scheduled in our Facebook group that's going to be going out in a couple days. Um, Says this is why you don't panic and make huge changes after updates. So basically, just because you've lost traffic now or lost some rankings, they could completely bounce back by the end of the update. You never really know, so we just have to sit and wait, right? So that could definitely be at play here as well. But anyway, No one knows how to recover yet, except I saw a funny post by Jackie Cho on Twitter where he was saying that he basically he had a manual action and he just submitted a reconsideration request, and his reconsideration request was just one line. It was like, "I don't own this site. Please reinstate it," or something like that. And it actually worked, and they actually reinstated the site. So I'm not really sure what was going on with that. So if you got a manual action, you could try sending them a message and saying, "Please reinstate the site," and maybe plead your case a little bit more than he did. Um, but yeah, I feel like a lot of people right now are going to say, well, you can start like changing all your content, yada, yada, yada. But I wouldn't do anything quite yet. I'd wait for the update to finish rolling out. So it takes about a month. And then after that, you could consider either removing all the content that you don't think fits in line with Google's helpful content system, removing content that doesn't fit into Google's like AI kind of spam category, which is basically using extensive automation to rank for stuff without adding any kind of like value to it. But yeah, I wouldn't quite do that yet. I would wait a little bit longer, and then you can start looking at options in a little bit. Let's see. Looks like another question on YouTube. You guys got any questions at all? Go ahead and ask them. Super slow stream, so I need some content. You guys gotta help me out here. I have a question. Google has released a new update in March. Should changes be made to the blog website according to this update? Should content be updated, or should we wait for Google to end the update? Yeah, I guess maybe you didn't, you weren't here for the question I just answered, but I would 100% wait until the update is over. Um, and I'll go ahead and just pull up the image I pulled up before. Maybe unlucky timing on this one since I'm just answering the same question over again. But yeah, so this is what can happen during an update. You can lose everything and just like completely bounce back, right? So I wouldn't make any big changes yet. I'd wait for the update to be finished rolling out and just try to take in as much information as you can. And then, after it's done, then you can start trying to figure out, do a deep audit, try to figure out exactly why you think you got hit. Maybe there's a chance that you know why you got hit. If you got hit in this update, I would say there's probably a good chance it had something to do with AI content, AI spam. Yeah, and if that's the case, there's a bunch of stuff you could look at, but the things I'd be looking at are actually adding value to the content other than the generic whatever, actually adding some firsthand experience and expertise into it, making sure the EAT on your website is good. Um, what else would I be doing? So this is weird and something I talked about before, but I'd be looking at adding additional monetization methods to the website rather than just affiliate and ads, because I feel like these things kind of trigger something and Google looks at you harder if you're only monetized with affiliate or ads or both. Um, and yeah, I kind of forgot where I was going with that one, but yeah, chill out for now. Don't make any big changes quite yet. Just wait for the update to end. Let's see what else we got here. Guess I'll talk about this because this is something I've been thinking too. I'm starting to lose hope in ChatGPT. And yeah, I feel like ChatGPT is actually starting to get really rough. Even like simple, like fairly like simple things, which I feel like it did not have any kind of problem with before. It's been failing on like pretty regularly. Like even if I just like give it some text or like a video, and then I'd say, hey, summarize this in a bullet point list, and like it'll have trouble like doing a bullet point list, like very, very like basic things, even if I'm starting like a new chat. Um, so yeah, I know people have been playing around with other stuff. I guess Gemini and Claude are probably like the two big ones that I see people talking about the most, but I haven't had a chance to play with them yet. I wonder if there's any kind of like Google Gemini. Yeah, I'll just pull these up real quick. Okay, here's Google Gemini over here. I've actually heard really good stuff about Gemini. So this is definitely one that I'm going to be playing with. hopefully soon, because I've actually got through a bunch of work that I've been having to deal with for a while, and I'm gonna have some more time to do stuff. And then here is Claude. Claude, I became aware of first because it has a higher token limit, I think, or at least it did before ChatGPT 4 increased the token limit, so it could take like a much bigger piece of content and work with it. But I believe Claude might not be connected to the internet, so I'm not 100% sure about that. But then I think there's a way you can connect Claude with like Perplexity AI Claude. Um, anyway, I'm not 100% sure on that, but something to look into. But yeah, Google Gemini, even though it is Google, so like maybe they have like secret like watermarks in their content and stuff, so it might not be uh, perfect if you're trying to use it for content generation, unless you're doing like heavy prompting. But even then, I guess it could still have a watermark in it. But anyway, I'm losing faith in ChatGPT too, even for like simple tasks. But I feel like I still use it more than anything. I'm not really using the other stuff quite yet. But yeah, I'll start playing with it more soon. Hopefully, I'll have some stuff to report back to you guys later. Let's see, probably do one or two more questions, guys. If you've got any questions, just go ahead and drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna get out of here pretty soon. You guys have been talking about this one, even though it's not a question. Bunch of link farm sites were de-indexed, even 100K traffic sites after this update. Please avoid taking backlinks from these types of websites. Yeah, so I agree. You should definitely try to avoid taking backlinks from link farms. I don't think a few are going to hurt you or anything, but it's definitely not something I would pursue. Um, I've also seen posts like this saying that a lot of link building agencies are in trouble and are like going under. But all of the we are a link building agency and we haven't really seen much effect at all, really. And I've talked to some other link builders as well. We just had BB on the podcast. I asked her about this. And yeah, some other agencies that we're in touch with, I asked them as well. And yeah, I'm not really seeing too much as far as de-index go, as far as it affecting their clients or um, their inventory, the sites that they can get links posted on, things like that. So at this point, I guess what's really going on, and this is what BB was saying, her guess is that it's the a lot of the sites that have like public lists available, right? So for example, maybe if you go on Fiverr and someone has you can get links from these sites, or maybe someone's spamming emails and they're like, here's my sites, these like super low end link farm type things. But there's different levels of link farms, and there's also link farms which you also don't really want to link from, but they can be less obvious. Um, but anyway, I saw some people saying that link building is in trouble and blah blah blah, but I'm not, yeah, I'm basically not seeing anything on this myself, and I'm guessing the only people that are having trouble right now are like the super low end stuff, because I literally haven't had a single person complaining or seen anyone in my space kind of talking about this. So I think link building is far from dead, but maybe these like super low end link farms might be in a little bit of trouble, or just maybe they'll have to do things a little bit more carefully now. We'll see what happens. All right. Is there an ideal cadence of niche edit slash guest post to look organic for a new site? No, there's not really. You know, there. So just think about it like this. If you are a business and you just created a new website for your business, let's say your website went live today, can Google tell you that you have to wait and that you cannot try to promote your business on the internet to get backlinks? And the answer is absolutely not. Like Google can't tell anyone to do that. There's no reason. So basically, you can start doing link building immediately. There's nothing is to stop. Let's just say you're a plumber. You don't know anything about the internet. You don't know anything about SEO. You just want to reach out to people and link to your website because you think that if they link to you, then other people are going to come through those links and go to your site. So maybe he doesn't even know what he's doing. Like his website could go live and he could literally just start reaching out to like, people in his neighborhood and stuff or his community and trying to get links absolutely immediately. And Google does not penalize for this kind of thing. Um, so more than anything, what I would do is don't worry about the cadence. Just realize that link building is a journey. It's like something you're gonna be doing basically forever. You're not gonna stop. It's an ongoing thing, right? What I will also say, and this doesn't really have to do with cadence, but do some foundational link building. And you don't necessarily even have to do this first, even though it's called foundational link building, and so you would think you should do it first. And we actually say that, you could do it, you should do it first, but at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters that much. And what I think about foundational link building, as far as what types of links they are, on our website, could be like our diversity links packs, our pillow links packs. These two things have like a mix of stuff in them. Um, like citations, Web 2.0s, profiles, video links, audio links, slideshows. There's a bunch of random stuff like this. Basically, links that anybody can go and make. They're just a pain in the ass and they take time. But yeah, there's packs of like 20 and 30. Stuff like social signals, social profile citations, press releases. I really like press releases. I think press releases are a really good thing to do like right in the beginning as well because it's like you just started your new website, right? So it's a very easy newsworthy information. Joe's Plumbing just opened up providing these services to the whatever community, right? Makes for a perfect press release, and you get to get some nice links coming in from trustworthy websites to kind of get things started, right? Um, and yeah, so you could do this kind of stuff first and then start doing niche edits and guest posting. But really, when I'm doing stuff, I just do them all at the same time. I'd put in for all my foundational stuff to be done, and then I would say, the same day I would start doing guest posts and niche edits as well. And I'd probably start kind of slow because um, I feel like, especially for like a new site in the beginning, you just don't need to like slam it with links um, because things can take like quite a while for things to get rolling. And I feel like if you just kind of like go slow and steady for a while in the beginning, it can be better, like cost effectively, rather than just like slamming it and then wanting to keep that like high level the whole time because it's going to take a lot of money and effort the whole time. So yeah, what I would rather do is just start slow. You could just be thinking of a handful of niche edits and guest posts a month depending on your budget. That could be anywhere from like one to five, right? It doesn't have to be a super high number per month. So get your foundational stuff and then just slowly start building your editorial type links. Don't worry too much about cadence. Just worry about more like keeping it going and not stopping. Let's see what else we got here. Now that it's almost time for me to leave, it looks like y'all are actually coming and asking some questions. Yeah, if you got any more questions, go and ask them in the chat, guys. I am going to be heading out pretty soon, so just ask them fast and I'll try to get to you. Otherwise, I've already been here for like an hour, I think. What do you prefer for a site with multiple language setup, subdomain with /en, etc., or a whole new domain with local TLD? What are some things to keep in mind here? So to be completely honest with you, this is not something I have much experience in. I don't really do much foreign stuff. But from the sites that we've kind of partnered with as far as link building for. I don't like subdomains. Subdomains are treated like separately, right? And that would go for the same thing for a local TLD. The thing with the local TLDs is they could really help you in some cases, right? Depending on like what country you're in. So I can't really knock that option, but there are examples of sites doing very well with subfolders, which is like, sirlinksalot.co/English or slash French or slash whatever. So that would be like my preferred method, because if you could do it that way, then you basically just you're using all of your authority and it affects everything, right? Subdomains, all your link authority doesn't go to those other subdomains. So it's like starting a fresh site. So first option would be subfolder. Second option would be local TLD for me if the subfolder thing couldn't work. And what you could do as well is go and check out those SERPs for whatever you're trying to rank for, and just see if there's anyone in there that is doing either way. So look for people in there who are doing subfolders. Look for people who are doing local TLDs. If there's someone in there that's doing subfolders, I'd say it's a pretty good indication that you could get away with doing a subfolder as well, even though you don't have the local TLD. And yeah, but then if you can't get it to work for whatever and you still wanted to rank that one, you could just branch off and basically copy all that content over to a local TLD, and then you have to start building backlink authority fresh, but it might just be what you have to do if you want to compete there. Hopefully that helps. Got time for maybe one or two more question, guys, and then I'm going to take off. Got anything for me, just drop it in the chat. Let's see if we got anything else. Um, that's I bought a niche relevant expired domain with the intent to build out the site and then 301 redirect to a money site. Okay. Besides the pages with high quality backlinks, the homepage, necessary website pages like privacy policy, etc., what other pages are you building out for the expired domain, if any? I'm aware of the new Google update. Yeah, so I think you've pretty much got it. Of course, you're going to do the homepage. Of course, you're going to do the pages with the with backlinks going to them. You could also just do some random stuff, like just some of the rebuild some of the random blog posts, even if it didn't have backlinks going to them. Just as far as getting the site kind of like re-indexed and getting some kind of um, just getting it resonating on Google, getting some traction on Google before putting it out. But you got the big things right there. Those are the only things I'd really worry about. Your important link pages, the homepage. I don't think you need to worry about privacy policy or anything like that. Um, I guess also, even if the pages don't have links, you could, if it was like a really good expired domain purchase and you actually have pages that you could like 301 individually over to like articles that actually make sense, you could just rebuild those, and so you could redirect those, even though if they don't have any like backlinks going to them, could be a thing. But yeah, homepage and heavy link pages are the big things, but yeah, you pretty much got it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take off there. Thanks for coming out and asking questions. I don't know when our next live stream is gonna be. We're doing it kind of randomly these days. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you next week. And until then,